Tasmania's Franklin River. Regarded as one of the world's best whitewater rafting trips. Can a couple of mates, short on time, no experience, successfully packraft this river? To make it even more interesting, we decided to paddle in and hike out with all of our gear on our backs, with a quick stop off at the iconic Frenchman's Cap.
That is bullshit.
We're in for a bit of a wild ride, a mix of whitewater action and moments spent soaking up the untouched beauty of this remote, iconic river. After some rental car issues at Hobart Airport, we're a bit behind schedule.
Let's go.
Getting on the water a bit after lunch, we're left with only 5 hours of daylight to paddle.
Alright, bon voyage.
Original plan was to paddle the entire Franklin River to the Gordon River. A trip that would need a lot of planning and experience to pull off. But sadly, our fearless leader and river guide Harry had to pull out with a broken ankle. So we pulled together a bit of a modified plan, a shorter trip where we paddle part of the river and hike it out in a loop. The water levels for this upper section of the river are just high enough for us to pass through without problems. This is really lucky for us, with our flights booked out of the state in a few days, to make sure we didn't get off to a slow start. Before long, we reached the first of 2 log jams that we've been on the lookout for, knowing getting out of the river before them to portage can be a little bit tricky. So we'd been on the lookout for a truck-sized boulder that marked the first jam, and this is our first portage of the trip.
Such a shame that log jam's there. That would be a fun little rapid.
The second log jam marks entry to the Indaba Passage, which is a bit of an early taste of the stunning beauty of this river.
Fuck yeah, it's enchanted.
As we exit the passage, we reach the Collingwood River confluence, and the river immediately changes character. With our blood now pumping, we come up to our first real rapid called the Gordian Gate. And stupidly, I'm accidentally swept into it without being able to scout it.
See you down there! Go!
Let off the hook for our inexperience on this one, we resolved to be a bit more careful from now on as the river gets a bit more dangerous.
Yeah, it's sweet!
As we search for the first night's campsite, we realise there's not a lot on offer after not being able to find our marked campsite. Best we come up with is this tiny little sandy beach.
That sunshine up there, mate. Coming, it's coming.
It's coming.
We're paddling in the sunshine.
Day 2, we're up and packed pretty early and ready to tackle a full day of paddling, hoping that we can make it all the way to the Arena Abyss. This would mean turning 2 days of planned paddling into one big one. And this should give us a bit of momentum ahead of a tough hike.
Day 2.
Lucky trails.
Woo! Oh, there it is, the boulder brace.
We're now starting to build a little bit of confidence and getting into the rhythm of scouting these unknown rapids. And so far it seems like these water levels are great for fitting the character of the river while being still pretty relaxed.
Alright. Flanagan's surprise.
This rapid was a bit longer than the previous few, but was a lot of fun, with Selby going down first. My turn, and it's the first of many of my swims on the river. The river has so many beautiful sections of flat water between the rapids, and we just meander our way along, taking it all in. Next up was my favourite spot along this top part of the Franklin, the Logjam Rapid. We were welcomed in by a few waterfalls down the walls of the gorge, which in the morning sun created magical little rainbows everywhere. Usually this rapid is a portage at medium and high water, but we decided to give it a crack going underneath the log. The river just seemed to be getting better and better the further down we went. After a few more fun and easy rapid sections, we come up to Nasty Notch, which we decided to portage.
Holy. Down.
Try and fucking get out over to the side, right?
Yeah.
Or over to there.
On the island.
Get to the final collection of multiple rapids that will mark the end of the whitewater for our trip. And after a good scout, the plan is we'll try and get into the eddy between the two rapids. Selby slides down with no problem. Now it's my turn, and I'm slightly nervous knowing that a swim at the top of this rapid would be a long one right through to the bottom rapid. Out of nowhere at the top of the rapid, the trusted Temi paddle decides it's had enough.
Broke the paddle.
Yeah. I know it was fucking...
Luckily we had a spare one inside the boats, but it meant we had to deflate both the boats and repump them up. The spare paddle out, we had a single rapid left before entering the arena abyss. And of course, I end up swimming this one too.
Yeah. Oi! I think we're in the abyss.
At the end of the arena abyss, we locate our campsite. It's a short hike up over the river, up into the scrub.
This is it, mate.
We set up camp and attempt to dry out all our wet gear in the sunshine so that it's as light as possible for tomorrow's hike. Day 3, and it's time to get hiking.
So tired. Yeah. Well, lucky we don't have to go too far.
Yeah, it's just a quick little stroll, isn't it?
We find a hiker's register at the trailhead that shows no one has hiked this track for over 8 months, which makes us think this track could be completely overgrown. Our journey starts here on the Franklin with our first goal to summit Frenchmans Cap and find a campsite nearby. And that should leave us another 2 days to round trip back to the car. Straight out of the campsite we met with some seriously steep and tricky hiking. The weight of our packs at all-time highs with our wet gear. We realise we might be in for a hike and a half.
This is a tough one, man.
Oh, we're getting close to clear skies.
We break through the initial scrubby areas and are met with some amazing views.
Happy days.
Happy days.
We knew we were in for a blast up the hill with a lot of elevation early. Before we knew it though, we were back in the thick of it. Once we got up onto the ridges of the mountains, we were constantly blown away by the views and amazing, constantly changing terrain on the hike.
That is bullshit. Oh, there's one of the lakes.
Big push to get to the start of the Frenchmans Cap summit track. We decided to take off the packs and do the summit with just jackets, carrying only a bottle of Fireball to enjoy at the top with the view. The summit tracking sections ends up being a bit of a scramble, and I think we made the right call with the packs. Starts getting quite cold and windy and really exposed as we get closer to the top.
Bit of Frenchman's snow.
French snow. We're in the...
We got snow
Look at that.
on top of the world.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Woo.
Don't blow off.
On the top of Frenchman's Cap, we took shelter from the wind to enjoy a summiting tradition.
The Fireball really does take the edge off the tiredness.
That's what I mean, dude.
It just takes your mind off the pain a bit.
We seem to have a bit of a new lease on life.
Gone.
Pretty good run.
Spirits were high and we were just loving the views on the descent.
Yeah. You just needed a Fireball reset, I think.
As we got down from the cap into the first hut, we were full of Fireball and decided it was a good idea to push on and try and make it further and camp at the next hut.
Oh my god.
Looking back on the Frenchman's Cap in the sunset was
Yeah.
absolutely magic.
Pretty impressive. This is so cool.
As we got further down and out of the wind, landscape changed a lot. The hiking became a lot more serious.
Late in the day for these sort of climbs.
Oh.
Once the sun had gone down, the Fireball had worn off. It was head torches and tough trudging through the scrub. The tracks became muddy, unstable and hard to navigate. And with one section we nearly lost Selby off a cliff after the track disappeared under him. And luckily he got caught on a tree root on the way down. We wake up after what was a rough night for Selby after drinking some untreated water from the first hut that gave him some real gut issues. But we continue to push on. Terrain becomes wetter, flatter, and we really lock into the last day of the hike.
You gonna freak out if I go on it with you?
Nope.
It would be funny if we fall in.
By this stage of the hike, my pack had completely broken down in multiple places. I was using rope to tie it to my body. This meant it took a lot of time to get on and off. And the more times I take it off, the more chance the thing has of completely breaking apart. We'd also talked ourselves into the prospect of a seafood feast upon arrival back to Hobart, and this was driving us pretty hard as well. It was such a welcome sight to see the bridge we launched at only a few days ago. We had made it.
Here you go, mate. 3 to 5 days return.
How about 2?
How about 2?
We had earned our scallops and it was time to go to Hobart and celebrate what was one of the best adventures we'd been a part of.
Brother. What a fucking slogger.
That was brutal, man.
If you enjoyed the journey, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel because we're only a few weeks away from attempting to packraft the entire river. Thanks for tuning in.